Boom. Hello, everybody. It is June 5th, 2024.
It is. I didn't know that.
7:33 Eastern Time.
Actually, 7:32
p.m. And we are here to discuss all the stuff we watched in May.
And we promise it's more than like 3 movies this time.
Yes, we went a little over the top with this one, I would say. And
really?
Yeah, compared to the previous month.
Oh, it's compared to the previous month, not overall.
Yeah, compared to that previous month, we definitely went a little more ham on this one. So
we actually had stuff to talk about.
Yes, if you saw the thumbnell there, I wanted to
Monkey.
make sure that it was just nothing but Planet of the Apes for this thumbnail, because a lot of Planet of the Apes this month.
A lot of monkey.
So
monkey mayhem.
Let's get into who's joined. Also, really quickly, I want to apologize for the road to HHN. 2 things. One, not checking the live chat. We were just so caught up in the excitement of all the commotion. We literally, I was like, at the end, I was like, oh God, we didn't even say hi to anyone. So sorry about that. And secondly, I want to apologize for the really poor audio on our end. For some reason, StreamYard just decided, even though I always double, triple check microphones, they were like, we're just going to turn them off for you today. So these were not on during the road to HHN. It was the camera microphone that it used. So shame on Dave, Tony, Mikey, and Laren for not pointing that out to us.
And anybody in the live chat, even though we didn't check it anyway.
Really shame on them, though, because they were there. So we'll harp on them in the next road to HHN. So, but hopefully our audio sounds good tonight. It should be. I made sure it was connected. So let us know in the comments, which we're going to check right now. See who's joining us. Jim Jam. Jim Jam. Hello, Jim Jam. And then we got one of our great mods, great friends, Horror and More, Nadia. Hello. And then we also got Adrian. Hello, Adrian.
Congrats on the new puppy, Nadia.
Oh, I was like, how do you know what Adrian is doing?
No, Nadia, puppy.
And then we got Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Also, congrats.
Yes, doubly congrats.
Boom. Let's talk monkeys and movies. Laren, shame on you for not noticing the poor audio quality on that road to HHN. Shame on you. He probably has, probably is commenting on it somewhere in here. Boom. Let's talk apes. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot of apes tonight and other things as well, but a lot of monkey talk. Audio is good. Had I been in the chat, I would have told you. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? Just got back from the vet. Thanks, Haley. Monkey Man.
Monkey.
My power has gone out as of half an hour ago. I'm so sorry for that, man. Yeah, when that happens, you realize.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
we kind of lose our minds.
Hopefully it's back on for you. If not, coming soon. So let's hop on over to the trusty, what is it called? Letterboxd right here. And we'll switch to the Letterboxd view, which I believe is this one. Yep. There we go. If you'd like to follow us on Letterboxd and you're not already doing so, links are in the description to both Haley and I. You can check us out. But we're going to check out the diary for the month of May. And you can tell there's a lot of stuff in here. So
I didn't realize we watched that much.
Let's kick things off with
a pleasant surprise.
Old Abigail.
God, I really thought I was going to have to kill myself if I saw it at the Abigail trailer in the movie theater one more time.
Can everybody hear how it starts?
See you in 24 hours. Like, they were really trying to push this movie forward.
Which a lot of that movie doesn't actually like that.
No.
See you in 20, like that's not in the movie. So that's like an alternate take, or that's like a trailer exclusive take. I always like when trailers do that.
And the one where he's like, I hate ballet. I think in the movie it's like, I fucking hate ballet.
It is, yeah.
So I really didn't want to see this movie because of just how many times we saw the trailer, and I'm like, if I have to sit through this whole thing,
right? But yeah, no, we were both pleasantly surprised. This is a loose connection to the Universal monsters. This is a adaptation remake of Dracula's Daughter.
And I like that they had the score, that old score
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was very cool. We saw this with our friends, Matt, Jade. Well, was Jade there?
Jade was not
Jade
there.
was not there. Matt, Mara was there.
Mara was there.
And who else went with us? Was it just those two?
Yeah, and then it was our district manager sitting in. No, wait, that was Monkey Man.
Okay. So wait, yeah. So who went to Abigail? Because it was Monkey Man.
Yeah.
I think Abigail was
Jade.
Jade.
Then it was Matt and Jade.
I think it was Matt and Jade. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. When it comes out on physical, I'm not going to own it. I don't really ever want to see the movie again. No, it's not like a diss to it. It's just I have no desire to ever see this film ever again. This is a Universal film. It could very well be turned into an HHN house.
And if they snub Five Nights at Freddy's,
very well could be.
I'll kill myself.
So, and we're going to try to do, usually what we do is we kind of go through like midway through and then check the comments to kind of keep things. Cause a lot of times we find ourselves going, what movie are you talking about? So we're going to check the comments now. And then we're going to move on to the next thing. I think because I was there, I couldn't tell. It seemed fine during the stream. Yeah. If you watch it back, man, it is like horrible audio quality, and me being my like OCD person, it took a lot for me to not want to delete it just permanently. But I put a little comment, a little pinned comment, so everyone, you know, in case anyone wants to leave us a comment saying, hey, your audio sucks, it's like, I know, but that cannot happen again. And what really upset me is, and thank God, everyone, you know, I'm recording my new podcast, right? I'm recording my new podcast, James Cameron 101. I'm still recording back catalog episodes leading up to August. I checked because I was like, no. Only one episode had that happen. Only one episode had that happen. Every other episode, I've recorded at least 8 or 9 episodes. They all sound great. There's one episode. And thankfully, it's not an episode that I was like, super duper passionate about. I was just really passionate about it, but that happened as well. So yeah,
you're not going to release that episode?
No, I will. I'm going to put a disclaimer on it though. But yeah, I don't understand how this stuff happens. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't like. I don't get it. How things disconnect. How things.
He hates technology.
God, I hate technology. And we get that stupid Wi-Fi. God, it's annoying, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how anyone has seamless streaming. I don't know how anyone has it.
I don't think that's a thing.
That is a thing. If you look at the flick pick, that guy never freezes. Well, never sounds awful.
Well,
I don't get it.
Well, we only have one like internet provider that we could choose from.
Yeah, it's just annoying. Anyways, Laren, make a freaking Letterboxd account says rock music.
Hey, Oscar. No.
I almost saw Abigail in theaters and I thought the premise was dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole thing looked dumb and cheesy, but it was dumb and cheesy in a good way.
Loved Abigail, says Kevin. The new Alien Romulus trailer looks good, doesn't it? I've only seen that the first one, which is like the teaser, where it's them just like the camera panning through the ship or something like that. So that's the only trailer I've seen of Alien Romulus. And that's all I need to see because I'm going to go see the movie.
So, he's going to go see the movie.
And you can see it too because it takes place in between Alien and Aliens.
That's funny.
So you don't even need to
That's
see
what
Aliens.
You hate the most.
I don't like it because from what I can tell, a lot of the haircuts in this movie look pretty modern. And if you look at Alien, a lot of the haircuts in that movie look pretty not modern. Like you look at Ripley's haircut, like her hair, it looks so mid 80s because it's like a late 70s movie. Her hair looks so of that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you cut to Alien Romulus, which is canonically in between those, and it looks so modern.
And so you don't like that?
So I hate that. Yeah, I really don't like.
You don't want them to pull a Saw X and give them fuck ass bobs.
Yeah, no, I don't like that stuff. Like if you're gonna do that, like go that extra mile to give them the '80s haircuts. You know what I mean? To me, it's stupid. Like it's really dumb. So, but anyways, we'll check it out. Movie Collector says Melissa Barrera was hot in that movie. Abigail. Sometimes technology is not your friend. That is 100% correct. Maybe you should switch to oh, the one that Dell uses. No, it's called Evmux. And that thing has that thing's littered with problems. I don't know if anyone has seen anything Dell has done. Dell, love you to death, man. But that thing is littered with problems because Dell invited us on for one time and our camera kept disconnecting. And I was like, what's going on? Now that's happened from time to time on StreamYard, but not nearly as much. So I don't think it's StreamYard. I think it's when it lags or anything. That's just the crap, internet. And I thought we had good internet, but I don't know. Maybe a top tier streamer used connections from multiple internet providers for just one stream. Okay, Jim Jam. I maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so there we go. Abigail, it was a 3.5-star film for me. You don't give any kind of ratings. You just give like or not like. But
and even that I'm bordering on.
Next up,
monkeys.
In honor of knowing that a new planet was coming out, I was like, you have to see these films. You just have to.
This has ever since altered my life.
So
for better or for worse, we're not sure.
So this is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is a 4-star film for me. This was a rewatch. I had seen all of the initial 3 films. So these were just kind of being able to write some reviews and everything like that. And I'll tell you, I still remember seeing this in theaters with my mom. And this is just, it's a phenomenal film.
I love Cheezer.
Yeah.
Part.
Yeah. It's either this or Dawn. That's like, but then I really did like Kingdom, but we'll talk about Kingdom. It's really this, Dawn, and Kingdom that I'm like, I don't know which one I prefer, but if I have to pick out of the Caesar trilogy, it's either this or Dawn, and I don't know which one I prefer. I think Dawn is it's like the T2 to the T1.
Well, that's what you said when we were watching it initially.
Yeah, it's just, but this is such a great origin story, and I personally, I'm a big Franco guy. I know he's somewhat canceled in Hollywood, but I mean, he's really good in this movie
as an actor.
Yeah, like as the character he's playing, he's great. John Lithgow's great.
Oh yeah.
Frida Pinto as the love interest is sort of.
I forget her.
Yeah, she's sort of underdeveloped. Unfortunately, she's sort of just there, and that's unfortunate. But
also, the time lapses in this movie are funny to me, but I forgive it because, apparently, I think it's 8 years that this movie takes place over, or 8 or 10 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's just Franco's Franco. They don't even change his hairstyle at all.
Oh yeah. Like he should have grown some facial hair or something.
Or maybe even gone a little gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, this is just a solid film. If you've been on the fence about it, because I know some people that don't really vibe with monkeys and stuff. Savannah. Oh. Yeah, so give it a chance. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Jim Jam says, by the way, I'm from Indonesia and we can buy Elon Musk's Starlink now.
That's crazy.
Well, let us know how that works out for you, Jim. Can I call you Jim?
Jam.
Yeah, so moving on from Rise.
I just love baby Cheezer. Yes, I do call him Cheezer knowingly.
We went to Dawn, which I gave the same rating, 4 stars, because again, I can't decide which one I like more. But in terms of a sequel, which sequels typically suck, Dawn is
everything.
Dawn is such a worthy successor to Rise, and this gives you the real evolution, and you get to see
sort of like a post-apocalyptic-ish era.
If you showed someone that image right there, that image of Caesar, and you said, does that look like a real monkey to you? They would say yes. Yeah. That is photorealistic.
Andy Serkis, my beloved.
The visual effects in Rise sometimes look a little dated. Dawn, again,
in 3 years.
In 3 years, they definitely improved a lot of the visual effects, but it's just, visual effects aside, it's just the story alone itself is so fascinating. I love seeing those post-apocalyptic kind of situations. Gary Oldman's phenomenal in this movie. I forgot how good he is. Like I love how each movie, Rise, Dawn, War, had like a weird casting choice for the main kind of guy.
Main guy.
You know what I mean? Like you could argue Jason Clarke is the main guy in this one, and a lot of ways he is, but like Gary Oldman, so James Franco, Gary Oldman, Woody Harrelson, it's like these A-listers and
in the Monkey movies.
In the Monkey movie. So I think this is I think it's again neck and neck with Rise for me.
I love Monkey
on this one. Yeah, Dawn is so good. And then
you like diss on War. Go on.
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't watch War right away. We watched The Fall Guy.
Forgot this one.
In theaters. And
I mean, poor movie, how it bombed. It didn't deserve it.
No. I mean, they're great. And I love the concept of it. Really kind of highlighting the stunt people in film.
Especially since like the Oscars just snubbed them with their award, giving it to what's the new category next year?
Film casting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One day, mark my words, one day stunts will get the award recognition. But I think they even make a joke about that in the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a fun movie. This is from David Leitch, I think is how you say his name. He's the uncredited co-director of John Wick 1. And he, of course, went on to do Atomic Blonde. And I think he did Bullet Train. Is that it? Did he do Bullet Train? I think he did Bullet Train.
High auxiliary movies.
Yeah. And this is fun. Again, not a movie I'm going to own. I'm not going to buy this, but happy to see it. Yeah. I mean, to me, because last year was Barbie, this year is The Fall Guy. I still think Barbie is, his more iconic, his better performance, all that stuff. But this was a lot of fun. Can't really complain too much about this. Love Emily Blunt. Yeah, not much to say about this one other than check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. Movie Collector says we had a double feature. I saw Kingdom and The Strangers Chapter 1.
What an odd pairing.
Yeah, Strangers was too short. I think we'll get to that in this.
Yeah.
I think we'll get to both of those in this month. Moving on, next I think is War. No, it's Tarot.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one made me mad. I don't know. I was just I guess I shouldn't say I was expecting more, but like as somebody who finds tarot so fascinating, I feel like they were literally, if you were to like go on Google and look up like a full deck of tarot cards and you find like the first couple, it's the first like there's like 73, I think, different cards. And literally, like if you were to look at like the first link, the first couple, those are the monsters in the movie. Like, I just find that very funny. And the less is not more in this thing because they were like they were proposing like these really cool designs for the like I'll call them monsters for lack of a better term. And you don't even see anything. And I think this was PG-13. I don't know. It just didn't do anything.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. This one, I think I will pick this up on Blu-ray when it eventually hits, because this is like those like just those movies of like loose plot, don't really care about the plot. How are they going to kill him? And for me, that works.
And yes, that does work sometimes, but they just could have done more. Like, I want to see like these. You saw them for a split second. For like that split second, I'm like, ooh, and then you never saw them ever again. So it's like if you're going to do a movie based on these like new villain monster things, show them. Give me what I want.
I would imagine this will get a sequel at some point, Tarot 2. That just seems inevitable. So maybe that'll give you what you want.
Did it do well?
I think it did. But with what we got, and I gotta talk like the thing that I just can't forget about this movie is the magician scene. The magician scene is so atmospheric and eerie, and
I wanted to see him, and I didn't even see him.
Oh, you saw enough of him, and it's the less is more kind of thing, and it's the leave it to your imagination kind of thing is what I like about this movie. And I agree with you. I much prefer R over PG-13, but somehow it worked in this one. So just somehow it worked. So yeah, for me, it's a win. Apparently for Nadia, it's a win as well. That's just her being a basic cheesy beach. Are you guys going to see The Watchers? Of course. Absolutely. I will support the Shyamalans in any way I can. So absolutely.
Even though Nepo baby. Nepo baby.
What does that mean again? Like you're just riding off the coattails kind of thing?
Yeah, of your parents, of your famous parents.
Yeah. I saw an article about Maya Hawke and she's totally fine with it.
She's good for her.
Yeah.
You know,
she understands what she is and she's okay with doing it.
Well, that's the thing. Because it's being able to recognize, right?
Yeah.
Versus somebody like Bryce Dallas Howard, who's totally ignorant to it.
Right, yeah. Oh yeah, Ron Howard. I always forget. I like the ladder scene. It was good for a PG-13 movie. The ladder scene was cool too. Yeah, where she's trying to. That's where they're in like the dormitory, right?
And she's trying to go
climb up. Yeah. To me, the magician scene is the best part of Tarot. God, that's so good. If I want that as an HHN house, I want just the magician.
You just want like horror magic theme.
I just love it. If she's in the box and he's sawing, oh God, it's good. Good. I like we already read that. I love Tarot too. Wish we saw way more of the monsters. So
that's what I'm saying.
Kevin is both of us combined.
Like, if you have characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Show them. And if your CGI sucks, who cares? Show them.
Oh, look, I just I don't know why I didn't see your comment, Nadia. I think I have to turn my notifications on. Well, I guess they are on, but I guess I'm not getting them on my phone. I don't know why. My thoughts about the HHN part exactly would be dope as fuck. It would be, wouldn't it be? That would be so cool. This one is a film I watched when you were at work, because I know like this would not be up your alley like at all.
Finally, you actually have some respect for me.
Yeah. So if I can not put you through something. So she was at work and I was like, ooh, I really want to watch this because I love Anne Hathaway. This was filmed a lot in Atlanta and Savannah. So this is based off of a book. Apparently, I had no clue what the book was. It's called The Idea of You, and basically, what this is a mother of a teenage daughter falls in love with one of the boy band members that the daughter idolizes.
Ew.
So it's this weird kind of age gap difference thing going on, but it totally works. It really does. Like I write here, a really solid portrayal of the ups and downs of being famous and being associated with fame. Because she's obviously not famous. He's the famous one. So like, what is that? What are the ramifications of that? The pitfalls, stuff like that. It's just really good. It's on Amazon Prime. If you want to check it out, it won't be for everybody, but if you're into that kind of stuff, and it's just who I am. Like I'm a sucker for. This isn't even a rom-com. It's just a rom-dram, I would call it. I eat that stuff up.
Yeah, you like romance.
So yeah, I like watching it. Being is it cheesy? Is it not? And to me, this is not a cheesy one. This is it's pretty interesting.
You have to have like a certain niche to get me to like a romance movie. Like there has to be something special about it. Like 10 Things I Hate About You. Just give me oh my God. What's his name?
What?
Heath Ledger. Just give me Heath Ledger, actually. Yeah, that's the niche. Heath Ledger.
The ghosts look great in Tarot, says Movie Collector.
How you didn't see them and it was dark. Oh, that's another thing. The movie was so dark. Like you couldn't even see half the movie. And you were like, what do you mean it's too dark? I'm like, you need your glasses checked? 'Cause I just got mine. Good Lord.
Next up.
You diss on War.
Yeah, to me, it's the weakest of the trilogy.
I love Monkey War.
So this is your favorite?
No. I love them all equally, like as one big movie, because that's what they feel like to me. One big movie, sort of like the first three John Wicks.
Okay.
Feel like one big movie.
All right. I don't know. It's too much monkey holocaust.
And
And
I kind of eat that up.
to me, that's just not where I wanted the story to go.
Plus, you have what's it? I don't even think he has a name. The monkey in the vest.
Oh, Bad Ape.
Bad Ape. He is not Bad Ape. I will say though, okay, with Kingdom having come out and like all the monkey memes on Twitter, my feed was filled with them.
You mean X?
Ever. I'm nom 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 eating it up. I loved every single one. I think the social media platform that I won't name knew that too because more kept coming up. Not a bad ape.
Hey, I don't know. He is a great character. Absolutely, he's maybe the best part of the whole thing is Bad Ape. Um, but it's not a like I didn't not, you know what I mean. It's just it's always that third film. It's always that third film that's usually the hardest to
Wick 3.
land. That's the hardest to land. I don't know why, but
Austin Powers.
following that is a movie that because for the longest time I didn't think that we were going to see anything else continuing on with the reboot trilogy. I thought it was always just going to be the reboot trilogy. I thought maybe they would, you know, reboot it again down the road, but apparently they were like, no, let's keep what?
I just saw it flash. Check the mics.
Check what?
The mics. Okay. I just thought I saw something flash.
Well, this does do colors, you know that?
Yes, thank you.
So that's what you're seeing.
No, I thought it went dark. Forget it. Moving on. Kingdom.
Yeah, it's I didn't think that we would ever see it, but they were like, no, let's keep this story going. Let's fast forward 300 some odd years. And this is as good as everyone else is praising it to be. You know, it's you know, a lot of people are commenting on the main girl's lips or something being I don't even know what
Botox.
what to me they look okay. They don't look. I wasn't distracted, put it that way. I didn't look at her and go, what's wrong with her mouth? It's a solid story. It took a little bit to get on board, which that's, you know, inevitable because we're so caught up in the Caesar thing. And he is in the beginning.
Caesar.
He is in the beginning. We do see Caesar, but to me, and I'm a sucker. It's one of my favorite things anytime a movie does it, when there's a big wave of killer water threatening and man, does this have an epic scene toward the end involving a lot of water. So this will be a day one purchase for me. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Proximus Caesar, get out.
Oh yeah, he's so good too. Proximus Caesar, God.
I realized that this move, like, and we'll talk about it in this month too because of all the monkey. But I just realized that, I mean, they could have just ended on this film. Well, without the cliffhanger aside, because like the end with like trying to get in that gate is very reminiscent of the original. And I was just making a lot of connections. You could tell that there was a lot of care and thought put into this reboot, like paying homage to its origins. And I thought that was nice.
Yeah, no, are you talking about, because there's like musical scores.
Oh, that too.
There's a musical score in this film that literally echoes when it happened. I was like, oh my God, they're literally paying homage to the original 1968 film with the music here. So I thought that was really cool. Just everything about this. Yeah. Like
I might change because I didn't like it initially because I was salty about no cheese. But monkeys.
It's amazing that this is the 10th film in the Planet of the Apes franchise and it's this good. That's a feat right there.
Yeah,
so
I was just really salty about no cheese. That's really it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's why the filmmakers were smart in doing what they did, where instead of, you know, moving maybe 2-3 years after Caesar, you know, I think a lot of people, yourself included, would be like, yeah, like I can't get past Caesar. Here, you have almost no choice because everybody has moved on past Caesar, except for the people that follow him, like Jesus.
Well,
in a way.
Yeah, because that's sort of, you know, like. That's like the point, right? Because it's so far removed from the original trilogy, it is much like religion now where you just go by word of mouth because they don't know how to read or write.
Right.
So it all gets passed through the grapevine and distorted and warped, and that's how Proxima Caesar, and that's sort of the whole point of the film, is that the word of mouth doesn't quite work. You're missing the origins, like what it really means to be Caesar.
Yeah. Movie collector wanted to see Woody Harrelson do more in War. Again, I even wrote about that. He's very one dimensional and he doesn't really do a whole lot. And you have Woody Harrelson, like
You have the Kingpin.
like, come on. Woody Harrelson did more in 2012 with his character. I saw War in the cinema, says Adrian. I think I did see War in.
I thought you did.
I think I did see War in the theaters with my friend Mike.
Oh, I saw Kingdom in theaters.
I know I saw Rise. I don't think I saw Dawn for some reason, and then I think I saw War, and obviously Kingdom. I love Planet of the Apes Civil War meme with what kind of ape are you?
There's two people are funny, man. People are funny.
I hope the astronauts would land in the future films. Yeah, I mean, depending, because that's sort of, that's essentially how Kingdom ended, right? Without spoilering too much. It kind of ended,
like the radio connections going through. Yeah. Like I just find it funny because I mean it's obvious, but like when somebody pointed it out that like it's just the universe going from humans to monkeys to humans again.
Yeah.
Like big it's a vicious cycle.
Big circle. Jim says, for me, The Fall Guy didn't have any space for audiences to breathe. Maybe it's the pacing issue. If I compare to Boy Kills World, it's easy to digest and more stylish. Boy Kills World. I don't know that one. Sorry, Jim. I don't know that one.
Yeah, pacing was a little weird. It felt very much akin to Argyle, where it's just like everything coming at you all at once and you can't grasp it enough. But thankfully I didn't see The Fall Guy under the influence, so this was a little easier for me.
Yeah.
But it's just very like stop.
What do you think of them announcing they're going to make 5 more sequels for Planet of the Apes?
More monkey! Woo!
Was it 5? I thought they want to just make a trilogy of this.
No, I thought it's 5 because including Kingdom, they're doing 6. So I told you that.
So they're doing 6, or or do they want to make this a trilogy and that will be 6?
I don't know, but they want a total of 6 more films with Kingdom included, so 5 more.
So I'm okay with the trilogy, right? Make your trilogy. So have the Caesar trilogy, and then have
Proximus Caesar.
Well, no, because what's this guy's the main kid's name?
Shoot,
I forget his name.
Noah.
Yeah, sure. That guy, have his trilogy, and then call it quits there and let some time go by. 6 films, to me, that's too many to think about. To me, that's too many to think about.
Well, that's like James Cameron saying, "I want 10. Give me 10 blue people."
Okay, but that's James Cameron. James Cameron can do whatever he wants. All right, so moving on, we watched this piece of garbage.
Oh, I forgot it existed.
The first Purge. This is not how my Purge started. It started with Ethan Hawke.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
God, this movie.
I think we're just learning that whenever it says like the first or spoiler alert, chapter 1, we don't jive.
It's a prequel. This is so stupid.
Well, that too. But it's just like, if it was good, then okay. But it wasn't.
It just was
like, okay, I'll give you this, even though it doesn't go like. Even though it's not considered the first, like in like title wise, Jigsaw, like even though it's the 8th film, it's before Saw 1. That's good. It was good movie, but I don't know if it counts because it didn't say chapter 1. But I'm saying it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah, of course. This is obviously a generalization. Most prequels suck ass, and most people would say Jigsaw sucks ass. You and I are in the minority. But yeah, it's so it has that cool thing where they put the thing in their eyes and that's how they record. And
I'm surprised more people at like HHN, like the scare actors, when they do the purge, they don't have those just as like a cool effect, like
Yeah.
or something like that.
I see, and movie collector has it right here. The first purge wasn't good. When I do a purge marathon, I skip this one. For me, and I don't know if it has anything to do because the original trilogy, the Purge Anarchy, and the Purge Election Year, are all from the creator of the Purge. It's James DeMonico. He wrote and directed them. When you get to this one, he's not directing anymore. He's just, I think he wrote this one. So I think that is a reason why I don't like it as much. He hasn't directed any of the other ones. There's only one after this. It's called the Forever Purge.
Ah,
I do want to see it because it seems like it could be a little better than this, but I don't know. For me, it's just that original trilogy: The Purge, Anarchy, Election Year.
yeah. I mean, for me, I guess I just don't care like how it started. We're in this dystopian world where it is a thing.
Well, and that's the thing. Like they didn't do anything that was like I didn't already potentially understand
Yeah.
or make up in my own head.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I was just like, okay, that's probably how it's. And that, okay,
because I want to say like it said somewhere like in the first Purge movie, the Ethan Hawke Purge, we'll call it, that it was instated to like reduce crime, like let them all get it out like this one day and then crime free. I don't need that whole like psychoanalysis test or whatever like to further cement that. I just don't care.
Yeah. It is amazing how much content has been made about The Purge. Because The Purge, it's a great idea and it's a solid trilogy in my opinion, and I think that's it. It's amazing how much they've squeezed because they squeezed 2 more movies and a whole 2-season show out of The Purge. There's a show called The Purge and it lasted 2 seasons and it was on like Sci-Fi.
That's unfortunate.
It's just so amazing how much content they've squeezed out of this great idea, but very kind of basic idea,
Yeah.
So leave The Purge alone. Let that, go away for some time and then remake it down the road. That's my opinion. What do we got here? Jim says movie recommendations: Boy Kills World, Monkey Man. We saw Monkey Man, and Little Monsters.
That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar.
So, but okay, Boy Kills World. That sounds interesting. Boy Kills World.
I don't know. I'm a little angry at Bill Skarsgård at the moment, but
okay. Flipping that, because I was like, God, we need something. I think we watched this in the same night as the first Purge or something like that.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm still here to tell the tale.
I was like, hey, look, do you want to see a movie that is literally, I think, one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, and that nobody ever mentions when it comes to Jim Carrey?
I wonder why.
What do you mean you wonder why? This is a phenomenal movie.
I couldn't stand it.
What? Couldn't stand Fun with Dick and Jane?
Like, the only reason why I would appreciate it is because it's molded you into who you are.
It really has.
It's just like, I realize that a lot of your quotes that you say come from this movie. A lot of your like actions come from Jim Carrey, but that's also just Jim Carrey as a whole. But this movie pained me. I was in pain watching this movie.
So yeah, to me, it's, I don't know. To me, it's not talked about nearly enough, and it is hysterical because of the subject matter that we're dealing with here. We're dealing with people losing their like livelihood, and
it's my biggest fear, being laughed at.
What do you do? But that's what's like. This could have easily been a drama, and they made it a comedy. And I think the original, this is a remake. The original is also a comedy, but it's not Jim Carrey, and it's not T. Leone. I think it's Taya Leone. Is God, and Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin.
He's not there enough.
But he's there just enough. He's there just enough. When it cuts to him, shooting the duck and everything, and shoots. Did I get it? And then this guy. Yeah, you did. Because he shoots it for him.
Go ahead, say the line.
No, I don't want to. Please check this movie out if you've never seen Fun with Dick and Jane. Yes.
Why every
March?
Laren.
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Fun with Dick and Jane is a great comedy. I watch it every March for years. Yeah. What about the March
Why?
I don't know. I'm not getting the March reference. Why every March? Been a fan since 2005.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the irony, like the sort of like backhanded, like secondhand embarrassment you feel in the audience, just like you're making yourself so like Jim Carrey says in the movie, like, I've been beaten up, deported, arrested. It's just like, yeah, that's sad.
Indicted? I'm gonna be indicted, Jane. Indicted. And then he runs down the road. Indicted. God, this movie is so good. It's so good.
I don't know. I was just depressed.
Balaren, why every March?
Why March?
Let us know why every March. Moving on from Foma Dick and Jane, we watched, I think this was your pick,
Yeah.
The Great Dictator.
It's our first Charlie Chaplin film where he speaks real audible words, which is and it is his first talkie, I believe.
Is it his first one?
I think so.
It's look, I'm a big fan of Chaplin, so it was the subject matter wasn't for me,
Well,
like the subject matter itself,
I
but
do like
you know,
political satire.
yeah. But and then like that ending speech, you know,
Oh my God.
that was a phenomenal ending speech.
Yeah, I mean, no, it definitely is his first talkie because I remember seeing somewhere like he used that power that like now he can uses his voice to say that ending speech. And I mean, you're just sat there for maybe over like 5-7 minutes, just listening to him like almost pour his heart out, and like you hear that, and especially because we've never heard. I mean, you probably have heard him speak before, like for that long. It's just man, wow.
Yeah, yeah. I understand why a lot of people really like this one, but
And it's just funny because like it reminds me of, I want to say it's Scary Movie 3 or 2 where they're parodying The Grudge and they're talking like Japanese, but it's like Mitsubishi, Toyota. And the whole time they're speaking German. It's not even German. It's just
there's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
And
Yeah, definitely check it out. That's a 4.5 for me personally. Moving on, I watched. I think you were also at work.
Yeah, why you want to forget it?
Yep. So I watched 2012.
And we're here to tell a tale.
Yeah. So this was a film I remember leading up to. You know, everyone. You know, because this movie came out 2009. So this was a scary thing. You thought it was going to actually happen.
Well, okay, yeah, because like on December 20th, I think it was, of 2012. Sorry, guy, I was 11. And I remember I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I haven't even lived my life yet. I haven't even done anything. I'm still in elementary school. My life is over. Oh, wait, I woke up tomorrow.
Yeah. Rewatching it, I will say the CGI has dated pretty okay. You know,
but as an 11-year-old, when I watched this movie, like I don't think I have a mark in my letterbox because I literally could not finish it at the time because I was terrified. I was like, we're
gonna die. Yeah. It is a movie that is filled with a lot of conveniences, a lot of, oh my God, they nearly missed this, they nearly missed that. But it's a fun disaster movie, makes you think. Woody Harrelson's great in it. This movie made me realize that I don't care for John Cusack whatsoever. I don't care about John Cusack at all. Like if I had to make a list of actors I just don't care for, it's John Cusack.
And that's the only person on the list.
Like at the top, he to me, he's just a guy. I don't understand how he ever became.
Well, that's me and Mark Wahlberg.
I get Mark Wahlberg. I really do. John Cusack, I just don't understand. But yeah, like I said, the CGI is dated pretty okay. There are some obvious, like, that's kind of iffy. A lot of big water. Love that. That's why I watched it, I think. Yeah, it's just, it's a disaster movie.
It certainly is.
It's a disaster movie. Okay, so he says, I tend to watch my faves annually, and my brain remembers the month for some reason. For a few, it's the exact day. So I
But why
guess,
March? That doesn't answer the
well,
question.
no, Fun with Dick and Jane must have come out in March
Oh.
of 2005.
Oh.
That's what he's saying.
Oh.
Rock Music says, here's what I saw. High School High, Friday the 13th, the original or the remake, Mother's Day, Body Bags, The Burning, and The Animal with Rob Schneider.
That has one of our favorite scenes
So
in
you
film history.
saw the amazingly hysterical car tumble down the hill.
What was it doing in the middle of the road?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. John Cusack looks the same in 2012 and Identity. He just looks
like a dude.
I just like I
just your stereotypical.
Maybe I haven't seen
middle-aged white male.
Maybe I just haven't seen the right movie with him in it.
They're all right, John Cusack movie.
I guess some would say Anything, the one where he holds the boombox over his head.
I guess.
Ooh, Jim Jam graduated from high school in 2012.
Yeah.
So you thought you were gonna die the year you graduated.
Yeah, I think I just made everybody feel elderly.
The Heartbreak Kid, Ben Stiller is also a good watch. I think I saw bits and pieces of that film back in the day. Heartbreak Kid. Okay, the original. Okay, Friday the 13th, 1980. Nah, I guess I just watched it in March once and remember that. No idea why. Okay, Lauren.
That's fine.
Yeah, the car tumble is hilarious. Oh my God, it's hysterical. How it just keeps going and going and going, and then it just gets more intense and everything, and the cameraman can't even follow it. God, it's amazing. I love that. Maybe the best car crash, whatever, in a movie. But yeah, 2012, it's pretty good. 2.5. Then we went to the theater because they were showing Ethan Hawke's film Wildcat with Ethan Hawke and Maya Hawke in person. Yeah. So that was really why.
Like, I didn't even care what movie it was going to be. I just saw with Ethan Hawke, and I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we went. Didn't care for the film.
No.
I did you can see my review there is literally a quote from Fun with Dick and Jane. But yeah, to me, I didn't care for the movie at all. But I was just like, wow, I can't believe I'm in the same building as the grabber. Will he grab me?
I'm literally 8 feet away from the grabber.
Yeah, and Jesse from the Before trilogy, and God, yeah, that was really cool.
And the father from The Purge, and
and
the other father from Sinister.
Yep, and the father from Boyhood. Yeah, he's played a lot of fathers.
Yeah.
But yeah, can't recommend this one. But if he's showing it in a town near you, go see it.
But I guess this one was significant because this all takes place in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, like the subject matter, the person is she had a house or something in Savannah.
Yeah, and they turned it into like her memorial museum.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess that was important.
Dell, what's going on? 2012 is awesomely terrible. I agree. Well, terrible. It's awesomely entertaining. Middling. It's middling.
The movie collectors come on top of that.
Makes you think, what if it happens?
It could still happen.
Yeah.
It could still happen.
It's like Charlton Heston says at the beginning of Armageddon, it happened before. It will happen again. Lots of good movies that year, though. What year? 2012?
Sinister.
The seal was also in the doctor's barn, so I guess it just waits in the middle of the road to cause a car accident.
Why did you do that? Is he paid?
I love how he's just like, hello, come in. Art.
We call it the art.
So moving on from Wildcat, we watched. Okay, so we didn't finish this whole thing.
Yeah, which is
whatever to you.
Do that.
Yeah. But I wanted, because I was definitely in the mood. I was just like, more water, killer water. I need more killer water. So let's watch look how cool that poster is. That does not happen in the movie.
Titanic, but whatever.
That does not happen in the movie, which is sort of unfortunate, but I guess I understand. But yeah, we didn't finish this. We have I think 20 some odd minutes left.
And that bothers me so bad.
But I just don't care. Like go ahead, finish it. You haven't. So that makes me think you just don't care either. So I just I don't know. I am very excited to check out the remake though. I
There's
think
a remake.
yes, it's just called Poseidon.
Oh.
I think the remake will give me what that visceralness. It's unfortunate though because that's going to be very heavily CGI. Whereas I wanted this because this is all practical. I wanted this to give me that poster right there, just
Yeah.
and it didn't. Like the water was like creeping in, kind of thing, and
You
know,
wanted to kill people, like actually kill people.
yeah, like I want,
Yeah.
I want actual water, killer giant water. Like that's what I want, Titanic style. That's what I want. Yes, 2012 says Laren. Haley, what's your favorite movie on this list so far?
Anything with my boy Cheezer.
So the monkey movies.
Monkey movies. I love monkey movies.
So yeah, Poseidon Adventure, not really for me. But what is for me and for you, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. I like this more than I thought I would. I guess I never really knew what this was about. Like I thought I did, but no, I really did not.
Yep.
It 180'd me. So going in this without knowing the twist was nice.
Do chat room without spoiling the twist for anyone in the chat that doesn't know, but does everyone in the chat know how this movie ends? Just say yes or no. Don't spoil it. But that's why I have this particular poster because one of the posters does spoil. And some like I would agree that maybe the ending is almost obvious by the time you get to the end. But for some people, it especially maybe in '68, it was like, okay, all right, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, for '68, especially because Rod Serling's mind is in here. It was a beautiful Twilight Zone-esque movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Like I definitely nom 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 nom.
It's just a little. I wish it was a little more intense in terms of like the chases and everything don't feel as intense as they should. And I just don't know why that is. Maybe it's because it looks like Charlton Heston is doing a lot of the stuff, and maybe that he wanted it like that, and so maybe they had to. It seems like it could have been more intense. That's what I like, and we'll talk about it. That's what I like about Tim Burton's version. It's really intense, but
like this. Just like I ate this movie up.
I love the opening of this movie. To me, the opening of this movie is phenomenal. Them on the spaceship and then it crashing and them having to get out. That's my favorite part. The whole leading up to finding the apes is my favorite part. Once we find the apes, that's where the movie kind of dips down for me a little bit. And then once we get to the end, that's where it picks back up. So I do want to see Beneath the Planet of the Apes, which I think is the sequel to this. I've never seen it before. I really want to check it out. Charlton Heston's in that one as well. So I really want to check that out.
Yeah, it was just so good.
Cody's here. What's up, everyone? Don't forget
Hello.
to roundhouse kick that like button. Thank you for saying that, man. Appreciate it. That's your catchphrase. The '68 Planet of the Apes is awesome. Rod Serling.
And I love that the reboot, I know reboot doesn't correlate to remake, but I love how it was close enough but still distant to be like in the sort of like canon of like apes taking over, but not like a beat for beat. Like it did its own thing, but it still paid homage to where it came from, Like they just work in because normally you either like the original or you like the reboot better, like Friday the 13th fans, right? So they just harmony monkey.
The Poseidon Adventure remake was good. The ship flipping over was cool. Okay, looking forward to it.
You said ship, and his ears went. Huh.
Is there an alternative platform to track TV series other than IMDb? Letterboxd can't track series we watched, right?
For some reason, it tracks like limited series sometimes.
Yeah, it's very odd. Like Black Mirror is on there.
Mirror's on there. Chernobyl's on there. I have marked. A lot of animes are on there. Like, there's one that's on the Letterboxd 250. Haruhi, like the disappearance of Haruhi something, like that's on there. So it'll say like 4,000 minutes, but it's like a series.
Remember when the Free Willy poster ruined the ending of the movie? Well, doesn't the title ruin the ending of the movie? Don't they Free Willy at the end? Anytime I think of Free Willy, I think of Me, Myself, and Irene with the little black guy. I forget his name. The guy in
I haven't seen.
the guy in Bad Santa though, like the that actor's name. I forget his name, but he's in Me, Myself, and Irene. And Jim Carrey,
that'll bother me.
He loses his wife to her or to him, and I think Jim Carrey says something along the lines of, "You said you'd eat whale blubber," and then the guy Tony Cox, he goes, "Oh, she'll be eating whale blubber, all right, just as soon as I Free Willy." So,
all that.
So there we go. That's when I think of Free Willy, and I think, yep, Tony Cox, yep. That's what Cody thinks too, apparently, because he's laughing. Ed and Haley, what would you guys do in the Planet of the Apes?
Personally, I accept our monkey overlords when that day comes. Like, if James Franco right now were to just make Cheezer, things happen and they take over, I'd say, okay.
This just hit me. I don't know what I would do, but this just hit me. So they go to sleep, right? Charles, like, we see the movie open. He's doing his, epic monologue or whatever. And then he goes to sleep in the hibernation thing, right? And then all that time passes. Wouldn't you think getting out of that thing would be kind of difficult? Because I lay in bed.
It's supposed to.
I lay in bed for like 3 hours and I'm like, like I have bed sores and everything. That guy has not moved
in 2,000 years.
Holy hell. Like,
well, actually, it's like 60 something.
He just gets right up. They all just get right up. I'm like, wouldn't your back hurt?
Well, I think actually, like, in real life, they're like, I mean, people who've been like bedridden for like have to be retrained on how to walk. Yeah, and that's for like less than a year.
And I guess maybe like you would think that they have the technology, maybe it like flips them or something. Maybe it turns them somehow, but I don't know.
I mean, if they have the technology to
do what they're doing,
then I think getting out of bed is the least of their problems.
But I love that reveal where they're trying, like, it's the three guys, right? And they want to check on Stewart, which, by the way, if you see my review here, I'm pretty sure that Charlton Heston tells Nova that him, along with the other guys, they were going to gangbang Stewart.
They did. Yeah. No, he definitely did.
That's the whole point of this thing, right? They're all going away from Earth to start life somewhere else. So they're going to like impregnate her or something.
Yes.
It's
which is kind of odd. Up. Why would you bring, because
why not? Why not
3 women,
3 men? Yeah.
Well, I mean, 1 man can impregnate 3 women at one time, but a pregnant woman can only have a baby every now. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say a woman can impregnate a man 3 times. Yeah.
Because like a woman can only be pregnant from 1 guy at a time.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But anyways,
that's what doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, to me, that, like, I don't know. But anyways, I love when they check on her and we realize that she's been, there's a leak in her thing and
she's just been dead.
Ugh, eerie, very eerie. Bed sores in 3 hours. Buy a new bed. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah. You know what I mean. But if I just lay there and don't flip, my back starts hurting. The sleep scene in Planet of the Apes reminds me of Alien and Aliens. And rock music says it was the 60s. They were freaky back then.
This is true. Gangbangs for the norm.
So anyways, there's the original Planet of the Apes. Then we followed that up with, because I had bought this for you on Criterion DVD. And I couldn't get on board with this one. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know either why I couldn't. Maybe, like, I just don't think we're fans of espionage. Like,
yeah, spy stuff is really not up my alley.
Unless it's the spy who shagged me. That's a different story.
It's a different story. But like a traditional spy movie is really not my thing.
Yeah, like I really couldn't possibly tell you what this was about. I was just mesmerized by Cary Grant. I mean, I always am. But.
And like, I think we both said the camera work, this is really good. Like, there's a lot of cool camera work in this movie.
For 46, where like a lot of camera's like stagnant because they haven't invented the steady cam yet, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, and I don't think I'm personally a big fan of Cary Grant. I don't understand how he ever really
Oh.
became who he became. He has so many.
Stop it.
He has so many blemishes on his face and everything. And back then they were
Stop.
so judgmental. It's amazing to me that, you know.
Oh no, we have to watch shoot.
Well, we definitely have to watch North by Northwest. I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Well, we're seeing that in theaters.
Cool. I've never seen that.
Yeah. I want to say Philadelphia Story. That's what
I think that. Yep.
he's so. It's him and Jimmy Stewart.
Oh well,
So
I'm
good.
gonna always pick Jimmy Stewart over Cary Grant.
And
Chat room. Jimmy Stewart or Cary Grant?
oh, Cary Grant. I mean, I love me Jimmy, but whew.
I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Notorious just wasn't it.
And also, I'm just surprised I didn't like this because it had my guy Claude Rains in it.
It does have Claude Rains in it. Yeah, it does. Yep. And he's good too. It's just spy stuff. I just can't get into it. And especially in the 40s, it's so cheesy and
well, it's just very like beat for beat. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Thankfully, we followed it up. You didn't care about this movie, but I love this freaking movie. It's a 5-star film for me. You could say, well, you're biased because it's James Cameron, and you'd be totally right. But at the same time, this movie, this documentary, it's really not a movie. It's a documentary, is amazing. It really is amazing. We watched the theatrical version. There's an extended kind of longer version that I'll watch on my own. But yeah, like I'd always wanted to see this movie because on the front, the review is Ghosts of the Abyss picks up where Titanic left off. And funny enough, I was telling Brittany this from Titanic scene by scene. I thought, because Bill Paxton's in this, I thought his character in Titanic was a real life person. Because when I was growing up, because I remember seeing this and knowing that this was real.
oh,
And I was like, wow, I thought that was a fake, but like, I guess he's because I thought it was the same character, but it's obviously not. Anyways, say what you will about this movie. It has one of the best movie twists at the end.
yeah. I guess I won't say anything. It's not funny, but it's so funny.
It has one of the best twists at the end. It's really not a twist, but it's sort of like a revelation. It has one of the best revelations, and it has, no matter what you think about the movie documentary as a whole, you cannot tell me that them going back to try to get one of the lost cameras is not enthralling. You cannot tell me.
They had names for them.
Yeah, I forget what they were. We'll call it Beavis and Butthead. So like Butthead was going back for Beavis, right? Now, I plan on getting somebody or some people from Ghosts of the Abyss because I plan on covering everything Cameron on my podcast. I plan on talking to people associated with this. I am going to ask, was that real? Like, did you actually did that actually happen, or did you do that for dramatic effect? You know, did you think in the back of your minds, hey, you know what would be really cool? What if we lose one of the cameras and then we go back for it? You know what I mean? Or did that genuinely actually happen?
Part of me thinks that Cameron wouldn't go out of his way to potentially damage anything on the Titanic.
Well, and then, part of watching this, I thought that I was like, wow, like people are just really like, we love soiling graves, don't we? Like we really do love soiling graves. So I guess that's why they went back, but it's also why are you like, you're there in the first place and you're not just looking at it from afar, you're going in, right? And when you go in there, it's bound, right, to have something horrible happen. You know what I mean? So I think I do err on the side of people that say, leave it alone,
Yeah.
just
I
leave it alone.
I think the title of this is sort of like disrespectful, like the ghosts of the actual people who died or that are setting in the dark abyss, like the graves of people, like calling them ghosts is just, I don't know, it kind of hits the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean, I agree, but I like that his two main documentaries are plays on his films.
Oh yeah,
The Abyss and Aliens.
Oh yeah,
he has 2 years later, he did a documentary called Aliens of the Deep.
Yeah,
which has nothing to do with Titanic. It's just him doing ocean exploration.
He just liked water.
But yeah, you know, putting all that aside, it is still a 5-star film for me. I just I eat it up. I eat it up.
No.
I eat it up. All right, so let's see what you guys voted on. I feel that way about Humphrey Bogart. So many boring performances.
Yeah, I can get that. Well, isn't he in Gone with the Wind?
Humphrey Bogart? No, that's Casablanca. You're thinking.
Oh yeah,
It's Clark Gable in Gone with the Wind.
Oh.
Who?
Fitting.
Oh no, I love them both. Can't choose. Well, you have to.
Yeah.
Stuart. But I have to admit, Grant is glowingly handsome, even through the blemishes.
He is.
Yeah, but I didn't know he had that many blemishes.
Well,
I didn't know he had that many
there you go.
things on his face. I was like, dude. Okay, and then Jim is chiming in. Love you, Jim. Ash versus Evil Dead series finale and the alternate ending of Army of Darkness. I'm waiting for the animated series that they plan to do. I don't know anything about any of that stuff.
No.
I love that you're a fan of it. Is your avatar
Baymax
from Big Hero 6?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that's who that was.
Have you seen that?
No.
Boo, stinky.
Movie says, so Jack couldn't fit on the door with Rose.
It's not a door.
It's not a door. It's a piece of paneling, wood paneling. I along with my other Titaniacs want to make sure that we're correcting that. It's not a door.
How do you say you're a virgin without saying you're a virgin?
Hey, and did they prove? No, he could fit. He could fit on the panel.
He could still fit.
He could fit, but obviously there would have been a lot of there's documentaries on it. I don't have time to explain this. Way to spoil that, Jim. Thanks. Way to spoil that, Jim. Thanks. Oh, Jim here. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. It's all about the journey, not the endings.
There you go.
Cameron is so vain. He thinks this post is about him.
You're so vain.
Hey, look, he can think whatever he wants to think. Maybe one day I can't imagine him doing this, but on Spotify looking through, and then he'll see my podcast and he'll go, oh my God, someone's dedicated a whole podcast to me. And it'll make his ego bigger. For
some reason, I feel like he's an Apple Music kind of guy.
I just don't think he does it at all. I can't imagine him.
He just doesn't listen to music.
I've said it, but I can't imagine him doing anything other than being on a set. I really can't. I can't see.
You can't see him eating dinner.
What does he do? I can't, because that's that's too normal.
You can't see him putting on his Jimmy Jams.
And that's why I liked what I had in the intro that we cut out. But when I put my socks on in the morning, I can't even imagine him putting socks on. Nope. So, who's this?
I believe that's the person who sings that song.
Oh, okay. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. Let me talk a minute.
Because we went from my favorite filmmaker, Cameron, to your favorite filmmaker, Burton. Or is he still your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still your favorite.
This movie, though, made it questionable. Because, God, what a disgrace to the year I was born. You gave me so much good Monkey, okay, at the beginning of this month. So much good, amazing, perfect Monkey, okay? From 68 to literally a couple days ago. Good Monkey. You give me this piece of shit, okay? This is not a movie. I refuse to believe, and I think even Burton himself refuses to believe that he even did this, okay?
And he said that if he were to make a sequel, he would have rather jumped out a window.
Yes. I hate this movie. I literally hate this movie so bad. I can't even begin to explain how much I hate this movie.
So you'd rather watch Big Eyes over this?
Yes.
And you didn't like Big Eyes?
No. Because at least that had Christoph Waltz.
This has Paul Giamatti.
I don't care. Okay.
And it has, I forget his name, Pericles, the monkey that he tries to save. Remember Pericles?
No.
You don't remember?
Wait, yeah, the actual monkey,
the real monkey,
monkey. I was like,
that they're sending out into space.
Okay, best part, okay, is the real monkey they had in this movie. I think that's the first time they actually had real monkey in one of these movies.
Potentially. I don't know about the sequels. Maybe.
As far as I know, a lot of it looks CGI, but I digress. Yeah. So real monkey, good job. Him little spacesuit, good boy.
Oh yeah.
Love his little spacesuit. And that's the little monkey you want to walk around Target with holding your little thingy.
Yeah, and I pieced that together
That's
because
why.
literally there's a scene of Mark Wahlberg holding him and he's walking with him.
Yeah, he's
And
just
I think
cookie.
that just ingrained in my brain that I want to do that one day.
Yeah. With a little spacesuit on. He did so good.
Oh yeah.
Piloting.
So let me just say that I rewatched this movie taking my rose-colored glasses off, and it's not a good movie, but I have
No.
but I have such good memories of this movie that I almost can't not hate it, or that I almost can't not hate it, right? That makes sense?
That makes sense.
Like, it's so difficult because I'm so nostalgic for it, especially the opening where, Mark Wahlberg goes to get the monkey and everything and all that stuff. So I have such fond memories of this movie, but yeah, it's upon a rewatch, it's not good.
It's just that there's some things that don't make sense. Like genuinely, like, and we're talking about talking monkeys here. We're talking about monkeys that are like more sentient than us, taking
Mhm,
over the world,
mhm.
having a class system, having an economy. Okay. So when I say that something doesn't make sense, like, first of all, don't even get me started with the primitive humans, right? Because the entire point of why like the monkeys ended up taking over was because humans regressed to being like no better than apes as we know them today. Like they don't speak, they don't understand, they don't know. That's why like they were put in cages. That's why they don't have civilization. That's why they're savages. Why in this movie do they speak perfect English and literally they just live in the trees for no reason? Like if you're so smart and like you can actually like understand words and like systems, like you know how to swim, why on earth wouldn't you just rebuild somewhere else? Doesn't make sense. Like that in and of itself, like that single plot point crumbles this movie because that's what like especially with Nova being such a crucial part, of this movie. Or I mean, the original movie. Like she only went with Charlton Heston because she didn't know any. Like they were supposed to just mate, and that's their whole shtick because they're animals. They were in a zoo. They were being experimented on. They wanted to understand humans. These are just normal guys. So it doesn't make sense that the Monkey Empire happened. It doesn't make sense. And that's like everything else is like that pissed me off. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, it's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination. And at one point, both Cameron and Arnold Schwarzenegger were involved in this movie at some point.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. A little fun fact there for you. But yeah, it's definitely weak, and the ending is very bizarre, and especially since nothing followed up with it. Like it just ended, and they never made a sequel. It just sort of is like, huh?
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because the ending, the ending wasn't made with the intention of having a sequel. It was just meant to end like that. Like, so I've read.
What, this one or the original?
This one.
Oh.
This was not made with the intention of having a sequel.
I thought it was.
I don't think so.
That's why it ended like that, to
No,
be
it was
explained in another
one. No, because I want to say that Burton left it like just leave it to your imagination. Like I read somewhere,
but it wasn't Burton. It was
whoever.
It's not written by Burton.
Whoever, right? Left it to just be up to your imagination, and they just ran with it. Like, however you interpret the ending is how the ending happens. There wasn't initial intent to have a sequel. So,
I thought there was.
No. So the people who wrote it didn't even care. Did not care. And the ending, if You know what it is? Doesn't make sense. It and people who like fan theory it up on Reddit have like tried to piece some stuff together, but ultimately, like at the end of their paragraph, they're like, I just don't know. Because there's some loose threads here, there. Rah.
Apparently, you look red.
Because I'm mad. I have steam coming out of my ears.
And the ending was more to the future or the past?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't really think this movie's that great, but again, I'm biased. That's why I gave it 2.5 stars. Now I need Arnold as the Terminator chasing Mark Wahlberg to the Planet of the Apes, or trying to assassinate Caesar from the newer trilogy. Make it happen.
Nobody kills you. He's just a dude. He's just a boy.
Next up, we watched.
I'm so mad.
Oh, okay. This one I watched while you were at work as well. This is another. It's kind of funny that it was in the same month. This is another one of those movies that is one of the weird age gap things going on. But this is like 100% a comedy. And what are you looking up?
Seeing if I watched any movies while you talk.
Oh, okay. But the plot of this is just hysterical. It's one of the parents is Matthew Broderick, which I did not know. The parents of this kid who's about to go off to college, they want to hire someone to date him so that he is ready for college because he's a freaking dweeb. And so that's Jennifer Lawrence who gets hired to do that. And it's hysterical. It's heartfelt. It's God, Jennifer Lawrence is funny. Like I can't stress how funny she is.
Well, I liked her in Don't Look Up.
Yeah, she's great. Just hysterical. I think you would like this one. I think you would like this one. It's funny. It's not a rom drama. It's a rom-com. I think you would like this one.
Right.
Especially the kid is a revelation. Yeah. The kid, he's hysterical.
Right.
So highly recommend. No hard feelings. And it has that nudity scene where it's not anything fake. It's just totally just her butt ass naked.
Oh, she's done that before.
Yeah. So Ape Lincoln says rock music.
It is.
It's Ape Lincoln. Maybe that's why they did it. Abe Lincoln, Ape Lincoln. Thought they were being clever. Next up, we wanted to redeem Burton.
Pee-pee.
So we watched PP and his big wiener. No, his big adventure. His big adventure. I can't wait to see what the comments say about Paul
Pee-pee.
Rubens jerking off in a theater.
Yep.
But here we go.
That's ironic.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Not for me. It's just not for me. It's.
Oh, but this is Pee-pee.
I really enjoy the character of Pee-wee. The story itself, I'm not a fan of when it comes to this movie. But don't get me wrong. I really appreciate the character of Pee-wee.
Yeah, this was the perfect redemption movie, because I mean, Pee-wee is just me. He's just like me for real. Yeah.
Except that is not how you wake up in the morning. You do not do any of that in the morning.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's so irreverent, and I love that sort of comedy where it's just like balls to the wall, like anything goes. And then the ending, like with the meta movie, reminded me of Austin Powers.
Okay.
Why does Austin Powers keep getting brought up in this stream? Yeah, I loved it. It didn't scream Burton to me at all. I mean, it was his first theatrical full-length feature movie. So that has yet to be developed, his style. But
well, he really can't, because his next movie is Beetlejuice.
Yeah, so there you go.
So there you go. I just personally would rather watch the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which is what I think this is heavily inspired, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities.
I see that. Wow.
And I would rather watch that.
Pee-wee is very, like, SpongeBob is very much like Pee-wee to begin with. Like, much less the movie, just him as a character.
Man-child.
Yep.
Do I want to see Big Top Pee-wee, which is the sequel to this? I don't know. And then there's the Netflix sequel, Pee-wee's Holiday Adventure or something like that. I don't know if I want to keep going on with it, but it is what it is. Pee-wee is very
Rest in peace.
divisive, and yeah, Paul Rubens. No matter what you think of the guy, he was full of controversy in his life.
This is crack.
He was full of controversy in his life, but yeah. Okay, I won't spend too much time on this, but this is. I think I watched this and I wanted to rewatch it because we had mentioned it in one of the Rotten Tomatoes streams.
Because it's a card.
It's a card in there, yeah. And not a lot of people know about this movie, but this is from the director of the second Ace Ventura film. This is his masterpiece, Kung Pao Enter the Fist. And I love it, so I'm not going to say a lot. But what did you think about it?
Talk about irreverent comedy. Like, this is not a movie to watch sober. I feel like you would have just as much, if not more fun, like completely shit faced. Because that's what I feel like he was making this movie. Like literally from the second that it started, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, literally the DVD menu before the movie even starts. The way the DVD menu is warning, this film contains odd sounds.
It's stupid shit like that like it's not actual jokes that make me laugh. It's utter stupidity.
Yeah, like, and this movie is full of it.
Now, a joke.
Yeah.
What do you get when you cross? I forget what it is.
So the line from Master Payne, aka Betty. First, a joke. What do you get when you cross an owl with a bungee cord? My ass. Yeah.
And then the stupid dog that barks, but you don't hear the bark until like a minute later. So stupid. So stupid.
This whole movie is phenomenal. It's just so
like,
good.
If you like stupid, like for the sake of stupid, like if you can laugh at anything that aren't actual jokes, if you have my sense of humor, which is none, you'll
This movie is entering my list, not entering his fist.
That's fun. I get
it. Dude, please, Laren, let me know what you think about Kung Pao. It is so good. It was stupid good. It is
stupid good.
It's like, so good.
Like the
yeah, from Ling. And then the main like adversary, one of the main adversaries is Wimplo.
so
I must apologize for Wimplo. He is an idiot. We have trained him wrong on purpose as a joke.
I like that one too.
If you have an ass, I'll kick it.
I like that we trained him wrong as a joke.
I must apologize. We trained him wrong on purpose as a joke. Oh boy.
Because I mean, the whole premise is that they're dubbing over and inserting themselves into these old kung fu movies, and it's like just how they make it work, like like editing certain scenes, like either playing them over again or reversing them or slowing them down. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid.
It's good. So correct that, Dell. Please see it. Please see it. Next up is, oh boy. Oh shit. The Strangers, Chapter 1. Yeah, this is easily the worst of the Strangers movies.
Well, whoever said it earlier, like that The Strangers was too short, I don't think it could have been over quick enough.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. So apparently this is there'll be 2 more of these things, so there is room for improvement. But this being a almost shot for shot remake of the original Strangers doesn't help its case. The fact that it's not up to the level of that original film that it's remaking, it's very much like what Psycho was in the 90s, attempting to do. It just it doesn't work.
It's just very strange because because the title presents itself like it's a prequel. The movie presents itself like it's either in the same universe or like an alternate reality timeline or something. But apparently it's a reboot. Like it's presented as a prequel, shot like a remake, actually a reboot.
Maybe that's the genius of it, and we're all too stupid to understand. But I understand that this is not connected to the original film, right? I understand that. The original film and the sequel, Pray at Night, those are those things, right? Those are, now you ball that up, throw it over here, and get a new piece of paper, and now we're on chapter 1.
But right, like chapter 1
Yeah,
sounds like a prequel.
and if you watch the trailer, it literally says discover how the strangers became the strangers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So I understand how it's confusing, but
you don't find that out here.
yeah. No.
So and then it's shot like the shot for shot remake, but then because it's getting those 2 other films, it's a reboot.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's very weird. It's very odd. I don't know.
And it's only like an hour and 20 minutes or something.
I don't know why they're doing it. And they totally waste Richard Brake.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's in this first movie. He's on screen for like maybe 5 seconds, and
literally it. Like by the time you're like, is that Richard Brake? He's gone.
Yep. So, yep, I agree. Too soon for a remake. It's a requel. Who the hell knows what this
it's
thing
a cool.
is? It's something, all right. So, anyways, moving on. We watched If, and I feel iffy about this. Because of course Ryan Reynolds is charming. He's not my favorite Ryan. That's Gosling. But
there was a comment, like a review on Letterboxd saying whose imaginary friend is adult male clown.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah, and this stars the main girl from The Walking Dead who played Judith Grimes. So that's cool. Steve Carell isn't as annoying as I thought he would be, but he still is pretty annoying.
He's also pretty man-childy.
I don't know. I'd rather watch Harvey, and I haven't seen that, but I'd rather watch Harvey with James Stewart.
I'll say, like, I liked it more than I thought I would, but that's not saying much. Like, if I thought I would give it a 1 star, it was maybe like 2. So there you go. Like, the animation was cool enough, different enough. And it was filled with way more whimsy than Wonka ever could be. So, like, this is basically, like, the sort of wonder and mystique that Wonka should have been. If they're trying to do something modern like that. Yeah, I mean, I like the message. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just, I'll forget about it next month. But goddamn, are they putting out, like, with that marketing? They have the AMC popcorn bucket. Yeah. They have the Build-A-Bear of the purple monster thing. He's everywhere. I just don't care.
Followed that up with, because we want to see Ride or Die when that hits theaters pretty soon here. So wanted to go through the whole Bad Boys series, and I had never seen the original Bad Boys, and you hadn't either. And really, really like Bad Boys. I'm very excited for it. And it's all based on the chemistry of Smith and Lawrence. That's why we like these movies. The movies themselves, again, or
whatever, like
stories or whatever.
That's not what they're for, especially with Michael Bay directing.
That's not why you watch them. You watch them for the cool action, which this movie doesn't really have a whole lot of, especially because today we watched Bad Boys 2, but it doesn't really have a whole lot of action.
And Jane, I can never remember her real name.
Tay Leone
annoyed me. Like, the less of her I saw, the better, actually.
And I'm not a fan of young Will Smith, like looking like he's still Fresh Prince.
He was still Fresh Prince at this time.
To me, I much prefer Bad Boys 2 Will Smith, but
we'll talk about that next month.
Yeah, this movie is good. It's not horrible by any means. It's not my favorite Michael Bay by any means. But yeah, again, it's literally you watch it for the camaraderie that these two guys have, and they have a lot of it. And originally it was going to be Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
Ew.
As the Bad Boys, because they weren't sure about black men leading a big blockbuster. So
they would have picked Dana
Carvey and John Lovitz. Yep.
I mean, for some reason,
and then
I could see John Lovitz.
And then Martin Lawrence, who was bigger at this point than Will Smith, because Martin Lawrence got top billing. And that's weird to think, right?
Yeah.
But Martin Lawrence was bigger at the time, and he was given the option of who he wanted. He originally wanted Eddie Murphy.
I could see that.
And for whatever reason, it didn't really turn out. But yeah.
Yeah, I could see John Lovitz as Marcus, but I cannot see Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey, yeah.
As like a womanizer, sort of standoffish.
Oh boy, here you go. Go crazy. Back to Black. We watched Amy Winehouse biopic.
Made me depressed because, like, I'm an Amy Winehouse fan. Not as much as I am a Queen fan. If we were to be talking about Bohemian Rhapsody, I'd be an entirely different level of pissed off. But this one, it just presented Amy as a whiny, spoiled little bitch.
Well, her name is Wine.
Different kind of wine.
Oh, okay.
Which is ironic. I digress. Like, it just wanted her to be painted out as like, she does drugs, she drinks, and that makes her a bad person. Like, there's really no remorse, no sympathy. And I find it ironic because the director also directed 50 Shades of Grey, which has to do with dehumanizing women in like the BDSM.
And what's funny, it's a woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can, like, that's all fine and dandy in the bedroom. Now when you have like somebody's actual real life, why it is really true what they say is that like women can be like other women's worst enemies, like nobody hates women more than other women. And I really like that. I felt like that showed because there was really no sympathy toward Amy, like none. It was just very sad. The acting is neither here nor there for me. She was fine. The main girl was fine.
Marissa Abella.
I do feel like her accent was a little more Cockney than Amy really was, but whatever.
I love you. I love you.
Yeah, it was very dramatic. Yeah. And I don't really know if that was her singing or if it was a mix. I don't know. The best musical person biopic that I've seen in recent time is Rocket Man, but that also helps that Elton John's alive. Yeah, I don't know. This one just made me sad for all the wrong reasons.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it, but I'm a casual Amy Winehouse fan, so I'm not really the person to talk to about this one. And then we ended the month because we did end the month with this one.
You didn't like it. Oh, you did.
On what?
I thought you didn't like it, but
oh, this one? Oh. Then we ended the month not on a movie, but on a Comedy Central roast. Who is a fan of the Comedy Central roasts? These are great, especially if you watch them uncensored. If you watch them censored,
yeah, I mean, you're gonna get like 2 minutes of footage.
But you have to watch these uncensored. We watched the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber, and boy, is this one of the great roasts. It's so good.
I remember when this came out, and everybody was like, this was when Bieber was kind of like really hated. Like that was the norm, was to like boo Justin Bieber. So when he got roasted, everybody's like, finally, yeah.
Yep.
But
it's there's really not a weak roaster. Everyone's on their A game. Yeah, it's so funny. Please check it out if you want a really good laugh.
I feel like if you were to be the one getting roasted, like the roast of Eddie Green, you'd cry.
I would cry, you think?
Would cry.
I don't think I'd cry. I'm sure I would have some like emotive, expressions
you
toward
would cry.
people. I don't think I'd cry.
You'd
Jesus.
Cry.
The hell are you painting me out as?
Well, Bieber, he was like, I mean, like you see people like who are getting roasted, like who are laughing with them, like having fun. Like it looked like Bieber was pissed. Like he needed another, like this was for his 21st. He needed another drink. I mean, he needed to loosen up a little bit.
But yeah, so there we go. That is everything we watched in the month of May. Ooh, what did you watch?
You don't want to pull it up? It's in my diary.
Oh, it's in your diary. Well, let's check it out.
You talked about all 20 million of the movies you watched without me.
Uh-huh.
I
sure did, baby. I sure did.
Boo. What you gonna do?
All right, diary. What do you got?
When they come for you.
Let me see if I can notice it. Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. a blind spot for me. And well, what inspired me was the one the Rose of Eddie Green. The one episode of the Muppet Show where they had Gene Kelly on and they were sort of like, come on, do the thing, do the thing, do the singing in the rain thing. And we watched that one not too long ago and I was like, huh, but I've never actually seen Singing in the Rain. So, as somebody who loves musicals, I loved it. This is a 5-star worthy film. Like everything from the comedy, the acting. I mean, what's not to love? I also find it funny that I think Kevin just watched this one recently and also gave it 5 stars.
Which that reminds me, what's our recommendation? Don't want to forget that. What's the movie out of all the movies we watched in May? What's your one recommendation people check out?
Yes.
But it's like too many movies, so you got to pick one. Don't say the monkey movies. Jesus Christ, pick one.
I'll say Rise because that's the start of Cheezer. That's the birth of Cheezer. If for some reason you haven't seen Monkey movie yet, watch Monkey.
Now, some people would think I'll pick Ghost of the Abyss, but I'm not.
I wasn't thinking that.
I'm picking Kung Pao.
I knew you were going to do that.
I'm picking Kung Pao.
I know you enough.
But Ghost of the Abyss, I gave 5 stars. So, but I'm definitely picking Kung Pao Enter the Fist as my recommendation for the month of May, followed by Ghost of the Abyss. But yeah, if I had to pick one and only one, it's Kung Pao.
Kung Pao. Yeah, mine is the start of Cheezer.
You know, this could be a potential idea. Could be a potential idea.
Who can I be the roast?
Could be a potential idea.
I'd be the roast master, me. Or
the
Fee.
roast.
Or Fee. Fee could be the roast master.
Singing in the Rain 2 weeks ago, so good.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice you watched it. Like it was just happened to be. I was like, oh wow, I just saw that.
So there we go, everybody. That's our monthly wrap up for May. Thank you so much for watching this live. And if you're watching on the replay, thanks for watching the replay. We'll be back at the end of the month with our live 4th and final round for Rotten Tomatoes, the card game, finding that 5th and final player for the finals next month. So I look forward to that. Also, just giving you a heads up, next week I will be featured on Zach Milne Talks Movies. If you follow Zach over on his channel, he asked me to collab with him on a High School Musical ranking. So I know that's probably not up everyone's alley, but I'm a big HSM fan, so is he. So that was a fun collab to do. So check it out if you want to. And bye, says Kevin. Bye-bye. And I had fun, guys. You guys rock. Thank you, Movie Collector. Appreciate that. So you never know when we'll be back. You never, ever know when fans of something will be back. But we will be back soon. In the meantime, keep being fans of some